For more on geopolitics is Bob Sinche, Amherst Pierpont global strategist, and on Skype from Austin, Texas is Rodger Baker, Stratfor Vice President of Strategic Analysis. Rodger, I want to begin with you, sir, and just talk about the aggressive rhetoric that we've experienced over the last week and whether, as investors, we should see this as the new normal. It's something we should adjust to and expect words to remain just words.
Well, I mean, I'd be cautious of saying words are just words, but I certainly think you're going to see a continuation of this type of stronger rhetoric out of this president, maybe even out of the administration. It's not only the president who has made some fairly strong statements about North Korea.
Looking at the situation in the bond market and the equity market, Bob, if this is what risk-off looks like for the bulls, will they be satisfied with last week?
You know, I think that clearly there was a stepping back. Markets were at extreme levels going into it. But in terms of a correction, this is a pretty modest correction.
Yeah.
And I think that what we're still looking at is excessive liquidity in markets, continued optimism about global growth, although I think we may be at a bit of a tipping point in that momentum. But I think for right now, you get a little bit of temporary risk aversion, probably as you go into weekends. But other than that, I think that the history of this administration, of the president, is to make extreme statements and then they backtrack afterwards. And so you get a little reaction on the extreme statement. But I think those are even beginning to weaken a little bit, that people kind of realize, we're going to NAFTA talks this week. 6 months ago, you would have thought these NAFTA talks were going to be, sort of the end of the world for Mexico, and now they're barely even making the news cycle.